Hey guys, it's Paul. I'm going to give you as quick as I can a full introduction to the free version of Zoho CRM. It's completely free to use for 3 users, and I'm going to give you an introduction that will show you what it can do for you and your business to get your team more productive and working better. This isn't a how-to video. If you go to pnuk.co/Zoho CRM, you will see all my free training links, all my Q&A forum, and a lot more things that you can learn as my voice breaks for free on my website. The link will be on the page all the way through. At any point during this video, it's great if you just pause me. Tell me why you're here. Tell me what you're looking to learn. If I don't cover it in this video, I will certainly create a video or share my thoughts that hopefully helps you out. So at any point, just pause me and ask a question. Okay, let's dive in. Whether you're going for a job interview with a company that has Zoho CRM, you're thinking of having it for your company, you're trying to convince somebody else to start using it, this will be for you. I'll cover everything you need. What I'll do is I'll walk through all the tabs, explain them quickly because they're pretty self-explanatory, and then we'll go through a process of putting somebody through a pipeline, right? So, Zoho CRM, Customer Relationship Manager. We want to make interactions with customers better. We want to store their information. We want to have at our fingertips, all the information on this customer, past and current deal or job. Homepage is going to give us all that information of what we've got on our plate. This is like, our open tasks to do, the meetings we've got coming up, any deals we've got on, any leads, and we can rearrange and change this around. If we don't fancy that one, we can delete it. We can delete it out. We can resize things. We can reorder. We can move them around. If my deals is your priority, we can make it bigger. But this is really a snapshot of your day, a snapshot of what have I got on and what do I need to get working with. Leads, these are people that you want to work with, that you want to have some information you haven't really at this point made any contact with. So they might fill in a web form, they might fill in something on your website, they might email you. However you populate the leads, you might just be out in the world and see some information and think, right, I'll follow up on that. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. But this is basically people you haven't worked with. Now, you might start hearing my dog whimpering. He wants me to throw a sock for him. I'll try to keep him quiet. So the leads themselves are your basic information. You might not have as much information as all this, but every single module you will start to see. And what's really good about Zoho CRM, there's multiple ways of getting to the same place and things. So you can bounce around in whatever way makes it easier for you. But the lead, you're going to get name, email address, phone number, company title, company they work for, lead information, Twitter account, Skype IDs, and you can edit all these little fields. If you don't have, maybe you don't need the website, or you might not need the fax number. Not many people use fax machines anymore, do they? Any information you can get rid of, any little boxes you want to add, and then we've got notes and information. So the lead, what we're trying to do though, is convert the lead into a contact. And that doesn't mean in Zoho CRM that you've completed a deal. So what happens with leads to contact is that they have said, we want to hear from you. We want information on a certain product, or they already are your customers. The contact is the person you are dealing with. You might have multiple contacts for accounts. The easiest way for me to explain it is the contact is the person you contact. The account is where you're sending the bill. So sometimes if you're B2B, B2C, if you're B2B, there will be an account. Your business to business, there will be an account, an actual physical company. Sometimes a lot of people will say, well, I only deal with the consumer. Well, then the contact and the account is the same person. So Chris Maria, again, we got that information. We got any deals that are in the pipeline. Anything that needs to be done is showing up. Any information on Chris is, again, pretty much like the lead. but we might have, tracking the emails that have been sent forward and back. It's a little bit harder on the free version to do that. Further down in the activity, any campaigns, you can link their social media accounts so you can see what they've been up to. I would like to do that. If I was a salesperson, I would be like, all right, so Chris is into golf or tennis or football, played football, got beat the weekend or something. You can see by their social media if you link their Twitter or something to it. So the contact's the person you're dealing with. The account, as we go in, is the business. So if you go to King Sample, we can see in here, again, any deals that are going on for this business, what industry they're in. You might not need that. Any website information. Again, a lot of it will be mirrored information from your contact, but it'll just be a little bit more of everything's in one place. If it's a big company you're working with, there might be multiple contacts with different deals, with different salespeople working on different deals within the same company. So account is the company where we're going to keep all activity through all the contacts. So you can have multiple contacts to an account. But that is where, especially, like I say, if you think that's where we're sending the bill, that's the account. Deals, the main reason of a CRM for a sales team is deals. What status are they in? Where in the pipeline are they? And you can see all your available open deals. There's a few different views. A lot of people like this Kanban. Kanban? Is it Kanban? This Kanban view where you can literally drag and drop from the pipeline. So again, if you don't use this wording in your pipeline, so qualification, needs analysis, value proposition, ID decision makers, proposal sent, negotiation review, close won, and close lost. So ultimately, we are trying to get any deal in our pipeline to closed won or closed lost. And we can dive in. We can go to, I've got a new Mac and the mouse click is really sensitive. So we can go here, click on Benton, and again, same sort of information. Well, this hasn't got a user. We can say who's the user. I'll go through this in a minute. So let's just say it's me. I am the test. Send. Now change owner. Right. So the sample data hasn't got an owner attached. So again, we can go through deal owner, stages qualification. We can change that here. We can click here to change it. We can go back to the Kanban view. And if we go to Benton, it's already changed. Benton, we can drag and drop into the next pipeline. So as you're quickly viewing all of your open deals, you can go, oh, I've already sent a quote to this one, and you can move it over. So that changes the pipeline of that CHEML, is it, to proposal. But we're trying to get to won or lost, right? Again, information on the contact. We can see the history and the activity. We can see any deal information. Type of business, if it's an already existing customer or it's a new customer, the amount, the probability of closing that is dependent on how far down the stage is. So as you move this, you go to negotiation, it goes to a 90% probability. So I guess the theory is you spend a lot of time with the higher probability percentages trying to get those deals closed up the pipeline, but you also want to get your new deals in as well. Any notes on the job? Stage history, as you changes the stage, it will keep logging it. And then the activities and roles. So again, the deal is where all of your business is if you're a sales team in the pipeline. I'm going to make it more sense in a minute when we go through. Tasks. What tasks do you have to do? Have you got to do? Again, you can do the create the Kanbans. Any leads or contacts you've got to contact. Any open deals, any customers that you need to contact. So if you go through, you can go contact, you can send an email, make a phone call, schedule a meeting, and track it all here so that you know exactly what's been done and what's the next thing I need to do with this customer, right? Same with meetings, the same sort of theory. What meetings have I got on? What meetings do I need to schedule? Same with calls. It used to say activity, and they were all bunched up into one. So basically, these three tabs are what do I need to do? What am I got to do next? What have I got to schedule? Do I need to go and get pricing from somebody before I go to the meeting? Do I need to make a call back on a business to see if they're yes or no in a job? Reports, as it would make sense, all the reports you need, you can go through, tinker with them and edit them. But if you go to deal reports, you can go to today's sales. Obviously, there isn't any. Pipeline by stage, so if you want to see how much money's in your pipeline via the different stages, you can go through that. So reports are easy to edit, change, tinker with, and go through. The feeds, it's kind of like your social media feed. You can see when things are happening. You can put in a morning, or did you have a nice weekend? I don't know if you'd post that or not, but I probably would be using it as a how did everybody get on? And then I have got one of the other users open. I think I've got Mike installs open. It's going to see that. I had a great one. How about you? I should have called myself something better than test, right? We'll make sure. Right, so Mike replies. So in here, you got a notification. Mike installs, posted a comment, and you can go as replied. It's very like a social media feel. If you close a deal, it will pop up there, and everybody else can say congratulations and things like that. An easy way to just interact without having to constantly walk around people's desks and stuff, especially if you're out of the office and you don't see anybody. You can put in the feeds what's going on. I'll show you in the feed a way of using that to sort of work out if anybody else in your business knows a certain contact that you're about to work with or anything. Campaigns. This is if you want to track when you go to open a deal, you can say which campaign did this customer or contact come from. So in the old days, maybe it's Yellow Pages, maybe it's a Facebook ad, maybe they've seen something on a website, maybe they saw you at a trade show. So what you can do is say, one of our campaigns is a trade show, we're going to hand out 10% discount cards or whatever you guys do. And then every time a deal is created from this campaign, and if you win the deal, you can see that the campaign might have cost you $10,000 or pounds, but you've created 40,000 in sales or 50,000 in sales. So you can see that campaign made money or was worth doing. So basically, if it is Yellow Pages, if people are still doing that, in the person you say, well, can I just ask you where you got us from? They said, oh, I got you out the Yellow Pages. The Yellow Pages ad, if that closes deals, is still going to be worth something. Documents is obviously if you've got any set documents, sales information, training information for customers, pamphlets or anything that needs to be stored, you can put them all in your documents and save them in one place so everybody in your team can get to them easy. Visits, anybody visiting your website, you can put some codes on your website which will track the visitor to, and it'll just tell you in their information how many times they've been to your website. Obviously a search, your notifications, a quick button to create any of the following tabs that we've just gone through. Your calendar, have a look at your calendar. If you're admin, you can jump into the settings, your profile, and that final box is any other Zoho apps you're using. You can quickly jump to them. So now we're going to walk through, let's get out in our head exactly how a CRM would work. Right, so hopefully you're sort of getting the gist. It's all about customer management, having better information on each customer, but then pushing them through your pipeline. Prospective customer to you've got a deal that you're trying to close to, we've got them over the line. They are now a customer, and hopefully there'll be future customers, right? So I'm going to put in a test. I'm going to put in a test lead, and we're going to convert it to a customer, and we're going to try and sell them something, right? And this is how I do it. I always a bit of fun. I've done this for years. So let's find out where she works. Let's do some Bambusa. I can do that one. I'm just trying to find. Let's do this one. Steigerwald Nature Park, right? So, Caitlin McGuinness, I'm going to copy it, right, is working at Steigerwald Nature Park, right? So, however you get them to your leads, if they have filled a contact form in, or they have done something that have got them into this lead module, maybe your friend Mike posts. So remember this feed where we put morning. Did you all have a nice weekend? Maybe Mike puts, because Mike's an installer, so I work with a lot of security companies, so it's easy for me to do it as a CCTV background, right? By the way, I went to the safari park. My friend Caitlin, oh God, I don't know how to spell Caitlin. Caitlin is looking for a CCTV system for the tigers, right? Or it might be one of my techs. By the way, my tech, Steve, went to the safari park. His friend Caitlin is looking for a CCTV system, right? So you've just gone, how are you doing today? And we've got a sales lead, a random sales lead, right? So when I come to this, now I've got, that's cool. I'll call Steve, right? I'll call Steve for some information. So I'm going to call Steve to get Caitlin's information and see. So in the information, it's a grapevine lead. It's just somebody said to somebody, but I'm going to create a lead from it, right? So I'm going to go company name, Steigerwald Nature Park, right? So the company is the contact, the account is where we're sending the bill. I don't know why they call it company here and account up there. In theory, you could rename this to company. I'm going to put Miss Caitlin McGuinness. Twins McGuinness. I've spelled that wrong, haven't I? McGuinness. And it doesn't matter if you spell it wrong. You can change it later. We don't know her email address. We don't know her phone number. All we know is Steve says they want a CCTV system for the tiger enclosure, right? That's all we know. That's the only information we've got on this lead, that it could be a possible CCTV system going in, right? So obviously what we want to do is call Steve. Steve works for us, so we're going to give Steve a call, and he's friends with Caitlin. And maybe Steve phones Caitlin, can I give your information to my sales team for that thing? And in we go. It's going to be Caitlin at tigersareus.com. I hope that's not a real website. I'm not going to send him an email. The website is tigersareus.com. I've probably already changed that now. Tigers are us. We might have a phone number. We're going to put in the phone number, whatever it is. So we can phone directly now from the app that we're carrying around with us on the phone. Any more information? Steve might have said Caitlin, I don't know, plays snooker with him. Caitlin plays snooker with Steve. Husband works with Sarah's. And you might want to put at Sarah's. It should pick her up. Yeah, Sarah's sales. So this would pick up one of the sales team at Sarah's sales teams. Sarah's sales works with Sarah's sales. I don't know if you can do that. Sales. daughter, whatever personal information you might have dropped. Steve might have said that this is what I know. This is, they've had alarm.com before. Company, don't like using them. Oh, phone, don't like using them, right? Any information, just type it in. Just save it, because you've got hundreds of different people. I'm not going to tell you how to do your job on sales, but you've got loads of different leads and contacts, and the more information you've got that you type in, that you've got at your phone, you don't, that'll be an email that I've just tagged Sarah in something, right? Test, here we go. Sarah's, look, mentioned you in a comment. Caitlin plays snooker with Steve, husband works with Sarah. So Sarah could log in and write something on that note. Yeah, I do. Cool guy, whatever. I don't know, right? So we've got information, we know what we need. And we've either contacted Sarah, Caitlin at this point, or Steve said she's happy for you to contact her. So we're going to convert into a lead, into a deal. Right, so when we click convert, let me go back there because I know I jumped on it. Just convert. The job is to get them from a lead, a grapevine source, somebody just asking for some information on your website or whatever it might be, a phone call to reception, to, right, now we want to get them into a contact, an account and a deal. So we've not sold them anything, but we're going to convert them to, we're going to create a new account, Steigerwald Nature Park. We're going to create a new contact, Caitlin McGuinness, and we know the deal. We're going to go create it. We might not know the price of the deal at this point, but we're going to say it's a $20,000 dollar or pound CCTV system. It's a big deal. We're going to give ourselves, what is it, 17th of Jan? We're going to give ourselves a month to complete this deal. And whatever stage we think it's in, we might be past the qualification, and maybe you need to go and get some analysis or decide the value proposition of why they should have our business. But I'll put it in the second stage. And again, the campaign source, if you've got campaigns, you might put Yellow Pages, you might put newsletter, you might put Facebook ad, whatever your campaigns you've set up. We haven't got any set up, but this one's a hearsay one anyway. And the contact role is Caitlin is the decision maker. She's going to be able to give us an answer because she's in charge. The owner, and at this point I can also change the owner if I want to say that it's Sarah's job to go and close that deal, and maybe that's what we'll do, or it's Mike's job, but I'll leave it as me for now because it's just going to be easier for the video, right? So let test continue, cancel in fact, and convert. So now the lead has been successfully converted. So now when we go to accounts, the account is set up with the deal information, the contact information. We can see, I don't know if it'll let me yet, Caitlin, now the contact, tagged to the account, tagged to the deal, and the deal is now in the pipeline, ready for us to move forward. Right, so we are now need to do stuff with this deal. So we go back to our pipeline, we're looking at work to do, we're looking at our activities, we see the information. Is it Steigerwald? Steigerwald Nature Park. All right, what have I got to do? So I've got information. I need to go and have a meeting. So I'm going to go open activities. And what I like with Zoho CRM and a lot of CRMs is you can quickly put here, task meeting. You can go up here, add new. Task meeting. We can go up here, add a new task, a meeting, a call. But we want to, for this deal, we want to set a meeting. We've phoned, we can tag the call as well, but we want to set a meeting. We're going to say, walk around, first look, whatever you call it, right? Location is Tiger, let's just put Nature Park. Might take you all day, so if it is an all day, you can wipe your day clean. It's going to be on Thursday at 4 a.m, 10:30 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. I'm going to be hosting it. Participants, now, I'm going to ask. I don't want to. Tigers are there can't be somebody called Caitlin at tigersrus.com. Is Tigers R Us? Oh, all right. We're going to tell Caitlin. Caitlin's going to be there. And that's it. I don't know if add Caitlin as a participant. I'm not going to do that just because I don't want them to. Oh yeah, it's already adding Caitlin, so I didn't need to find her. I could have just clicked here and it would have added her here. Now, what I want to do as well is Mike knows her. Mike's her friend. So, Mike, have you got time to come for an hour? Let's tell Mike to come as well. So now we've got two. We're going to go. Do we need to repeat it? If you've got to go once a month or anything, you would go back, but obviously we don't. We're going to save this. Would you like to send invitations to guests? So I'm not going to. That's what I was worried about it. We're going to send. So no, I'm not going to send it. But now we have got a meeting set up. Here it is. Meeting, first walk round, first look. We're going to go do our meeting, get all the information we need. To be fair, it's good to take Mike because he's in charge of the install team, so he'll be working out the wiring and all that stuff. And we're going to go off and do our meeting, right? So then when we see up here, we will see our upcoming meetings and things that are going through. Here we go, look. So here's January. So these are things we've got to go on before it. But say it's the 19th, we can see coming up the line our meetings, phone calls, contacts, anything we need to do. And you might say you want to add an activity, like a task, which might be CCTV pricing guide. And I need to do that before I go to the meeting. When did I say the meeting was going to be? Thursday, right? So I might want to do this before. Do I want to remind? I don't need to remind it. More fields, information, get pricing, guide and photos for the Tiger meeting. So I might want to have some information with me the day before to collect that I'm getting some paperwork. I'm saying this is what the camera's going to look like. This is what the monitor looks like and all this thing. So I'm setting up some tasks. So we go off, we do the meeting, everything goes well, and we're going to close these tasks out. We've done the meeting as we go past it, right? Edit. All day. Sorry, we don't need to close it, but as we go past it, we would close the meeting off. Then we might create a task and things going forward, like, get the wiring pricing, get things, because I've got to do a quote now. So Mike's given me his hours. The inventory department's given me the pricing. I've provided a quote and I've sent a quote off. So in the timeline, we are now price, proposal, quote. That's where we're at. We've been for the meeting. We've been and given the quote. I go off. I send the quote. I email the quote. I put in information. And now I need to move forward. So I come back and say, I've sent this quote, right? I've sent this. So we are now in negotiation. We are in follow-up mode. Information goes backwards and forwards, and either we get a yes or a no. But something I didn't put from the meeting is if you go to a meeting or you're on the phone with a customer. Now, I don't know if salespeople do this. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson. But I would be putting in the contact information, because if Caitlin says no to this job, if Caitlin doesn't want it, doesn't mean she never wants to hear from you again. So, right, we've got the notes. Husband works with sales daughter. As you're walking around, I'm pretty sure salespeople talk. Caitlin supports Sheffield United. She's a legend. Sheffield United. She's a season ticket holder. Right. Daughter plays hockey. Son is... you might put here, daughter And if you don't know the exact name, you might say Laura ? Right? You might want to say to Mike before you phone her in 6 months' time. Mike knows her. Is Caitlin's daughter called Laura? Son is a cricketer. Is that how you spell cricketer? Or information, store it, because the next phone call might be, Caitlin, do you want the CCTV system? No. Okay, thanks a lot. Let us know if you're ever looking for any more security. Will do. 6 months' time, it's Caitlin on phone. I need a fire alarm. Oh, great. See, Sheffield United got beat yesterday, or I see. How's Laura doing? If you convince is Laura still playing at hockey club? And I just think it's a nice way of having that extra information at your fingertips that you don't have to keep remembering. You guys don't have to be perfect, memory. Put some information in there. I mean, I don't know if they teach you that at sales school or not, but as I used to be a manager, I'd like to remember, and the customer loves it when you remember stuff that they only told you off the cuff that you remember 2 years later. Anyway, obviously I digress, but I think that was important. Our final job on the CRM is to get this to close won, close lost. Caitlin's phoned up. She wants to go with it. Actually, she's took some extras, so it's actually a 23,000 system. And closing date is today. Save. We've won the deal. The deal is done. Now we're going to pass it on to the installation. Now Mike's got to take it on, do his thing. If we go to reports, and now we go to today's sales. Did I put today in? Here we go. Steiger World. It doesn't say the desk. Does it say the date? Maybe I didn't change the date. Anyway, so I think you get the gist. It's about having all this information at your fingertips. It's about diving in, grabbing. All right, you're out on the fly. The app for the phone and the iPad's the same, so you can do this on your iPad. And if you need me to do demo versions of the iPad and phone, I will. But you want to type in, don't you, Caitlin, while you're on the flight? You want to be able to spell it. It's Caitlin, right? Caitlin. I want to be able to type in. All right, yes, it's Steiger World. That's where she works. Let's jump into the contact information. I'm going to phone up from the phone. If it's connected in your office, dial the phone. If you're out on the mobile app, you're out somewhere. You're somewhere nearby. Hey, Caitlin, you're not free. I'm just driving past. I might pop in. Have a chat, a catch up. All the information's at your fingertips. If you come back in 6 months' time, or another person takes over this account, what have we already sold? What did we sell last year? Do they need an upgrade? Do we need to put a reminder in here to send an upgrade? Do we need to automate some emails to send information? There's loads and loads of different add-ons, and there's paid versions further up that can be better, but the free version is just to get you away from some sales spreadsheet, to get you away from trying to fumble around finding stuff. I mean, I used to work with a guy still on a roller deck. Now we've got all that information at our fingertips, where we know the phone numbers, we know the email addresses, we know who they work with, because if there's more than one contact at Steiger World, we can go here. So-and-so's just called, he works at Steiger World. Like, John Smith works there now, right? His phone number's whatever, right? So we've got, when we go to Steiger World, we've now got 2 contacts. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters, right? So I think I like Zoho CRM, and there's so much you can do. The free version is so cool to play around with, to get to understand how to make your deal pipeline process better. As I said, everything's free for Zoho CRM. There are paid versions. If you go to pnuk.co/Zoho CRM, you can see there's paid version that gives you, obviously, more and more features. If you look at Zoho One, if you go to z1trial.com, you will get Zoho CRM's enterprise level, which is currently £35 a month per user. Zoho One gives you all 40 plus Zoho apps at enterprise level. So the £35 it costs for Zoho CRM Enterprise, you could sign up for Zoho One and get 40 apps. And they're just adding apps all the time. That's to me, that's the best deal on the internet for any business. But Zoho CRM, pnuk.co/Zoho CRM. Hopefully I've given you a quick overview. I know I've rattled through it, but the training and the slower training and the how-to and me showing you where to click and how to do things is all at pnuk.co/Zoho CRM, 100% free to sign up. Dive in, ask your questions. If you've got this far, ask me a question on this video. I will definitely try to answer the best I can. I know I've rattled through it, but thanks for watching. See you all again soon. Goodbye.